Discovery Day, Meet the Team Day, Confirmation Day. These are all phrases that today in 2021 mean the same thing in franchising. Let's talk about the 7 most commonly asked questions regarding a Discovery Day. So how do you know that you're ready for a Discovery Day? How do you complete your due diligence and feel totally competent in the work that you've done so that you can be confident in your final answer? This is what the Daily Coach is here for. Let's talk about the 7 most commonly asked questions regarding a Discovery Day. Number 1, is Discovery Day virtual or in person? Well, the answer is both. Back in 2020, everybody had to be virtual, and that was the first time for many franchises that they offered a virtual Discovery Day. I've heard many franchises say, now that we have figured out how to offer a virtual Discovery Day, we may never go back to an in-person Discovery Day. But there are many franchises who really believe in that face-to-face interaction that can only happen from an in-person Discovery Day. I even have candidates that are begging to be back in person because if you're going to invest, your life savings for most people, right, into a franchise business, it's really important that you get a strong sense of who these people are. And I don't care how great a Zoom interview or meeting can be, nothing can really replace that face-to-face interaction of a real Discovery Day. Number 2, what happens if I go too early? This is a really common mistake that I see candidates making, especially candidates that are not working with a strong franchise consultant who can guide their process. The Discovery Day really should be your closing tool, not the franchisor's, yours. Strong franchisors will always use Discovery Day as a confirmation day. That's why it's synonymous in term. Really strong franchisors are using the Discovery Day to confirm everything that you've already learned during their due diligence process, where they've been guiding you from one call to the next call to the next call, leading you to validation with owners, and then closing all of that due diligence with this confirmation day. Some franchisors don't have that step-by-step process. So they leave it to candidates to try to figure out what you need to know in order to say yes. And then somewhere along the line, they throw in that Discovery Day. But typically, in my experience, that lack of leadership during the due diligence process doesn't really set candidates up for the best experience at the Discovery Day. But either way, the Daily Coach wants to say to you to use the Discovery Day as your closing tool. Do not go before you're ready. No matter what a franchisor says about how there won't be pressure to sign or there won't be pressure to make a decision, the reality is this Discovery Day event is used to culminate your due diligence. Once you've met them, what more is there to do? So I suggest to my candidates not to put themselves in the position by going to the Discovery Day when they're not ready. So the third question about Discovery Day is, can I go to more than one? So, it's your due diligence. Ultimately, you can do whatever you want to do. It's your process. But as one of the top consultants in the country who has literally led thousands of people down this path, hundreds to become successful business owners, I'm going to tell you that you're only cheating yourself if you try to attend more than one Discovery Day. For me, when I have a candidate that says they want to attend more than one Discovery Day, I know that they're probably not going to invest in anything. They're demonstrating to me that they're not capable of making a decision that they feel confident about. They want to go to 2 Discovery Days to play one off of the other. But I'm telling you, that strategy does not work. These Discovery Day events are very powerful events. They're designed to engage you and excite you and inspire hire you, right? Because it is the culminating event. So if you go to one and you love it, and then you go to the other and you love it, what are you going to do? I say, figure out through validation with owners which business really is more appealing to you. Even if it's only slightly more appealing, go back to your goals and dreams. Maybe it's financial. Which business costs less if that's an important characteristic of the business for you? Maybe it's the time commitment, but find some criteria that helps you put one business slightly above the other if you find yourself in the position where you absolutely could go either way. Then go to that discovery day for that company that's eking out and see if when you're there, you feel confident to be able to say yes, if you're even awarded the opportunity to move forward. And if you go to that discovery day and you're still not confident, then you put that business to the side. You tell that franchisor, I don't think this is the right one for me. And you move on to the other one. And hopefully that will be the one. So my advice is to only attend one discovery day. I very rarely ever see it working out well for a candidate when they attend more than one discovery day. The fourth question around discovery day is, what if I'm not quite ready for this discovery day, but the next one is so far away? Well, this would be the only time when I, as your consultant, would say it might be beneficial then to go to the discovery day a little bit premature. So long as we set the expectation with the franchisor that there may be a few things you still need to do if you are approved and you decide you want to move forward before you're ready to actually commit and sign. But the idea is that you're leaning toward that business anyway, and you don't want to wait 6 weeks for the next one to come up. So you're going to attend to try to get a big boost in your learning curve and in your excitement so that you can funnel down to this one, feel more confident that it's the right one. And then, like I said, maybe create like a closing checklist that then you're going to commit to going through before you finally say yes, if you're awarded the opportunity to move forward. But that's the only time that I'm going to suggest that you go to a discovery day when it's a little bit too early in your process. Number 5, when do I know that I'm ready for a discovery day? Well, this is easy. I mean, you may feel ready from day one, but this is easy for a consultant to help you figure out. There are steps that should be followed in a proper due diligence process, steps that are offered by the franchisor to help you learn about their toolbox. It really shouldn't be on you as the candidate to know what you need to know in order to say yes. Look, owning a franchise is all about leadership, and the leadership should start right from the due diligence process. So if the franchisor has laid out their path for you by telling you we're going to have these 2, 3, 4 calls where we're going to teach you about our systems and our tools, then you're going to go out and validate with our owners. And if all of that is making a story for you that sounds good, that you want to move forward on, then you're going to attend Discovery Day to culminate all of that research. And then we're going to get to meet you and decide if this is a mutual fit, because ultimately it's the franchisor's job to award the business to you before it's your business to buy. But if we all agree at that discovery day that you're going to make a great brand ambassador, then we're going to set up a call immediately after discovery day to let you know if we think you're a good fit for our organization, and we expect you to be ready to say yes or no at that call. And typically those calls take place 24 to 48 hours after the discovery day event. Now, if you are financially ready because you've worked with a consultant who helped you get your financing together during the process, such that when you say yes, 24 or 48 hours after discovery day, you can execute your franchise agreement because you have your franchise fees ready, then you may be signing within 3, 4, 5 days of that event. Or you may be in the process of getting your financing together, but you'll still commit to the franchisor a date when you will have those fees and you'll be ready to sign and execute your franchise agreement. If you're stuck and you're really finding yourself slowing things down out of fear, which is a very common tendency, right? Because if we get all the way to the discovery day and you know there's going to be pressure on you to say yes, I mean, maybe I don't want to get there because I'm not sure I ever want to say yes to this dream, right, Kim? Well, the best way to help yourself through that is to start asking questions about what happens after you say yes. So for most franchise businesses, your life doesn't change the next day. Well, let me say that differently. Your life definitely changes, right? You're going to feel different. You just empowered yourself. You just did something that only 1% of the people who ever think about owning a business actually do. You said yes, you took action. But the next day, physically, in most businesses, not too much actually starts to happen. If you need real estate, you're going to get with the real estate team. You're going to start looking for real estate, and that's its own process with its own timeline. If you need licenses in order to go to training and get up and running, then maybe you start taking the certification in order to get those licenses. But the idea is that you're going to ask the franchisor, what happens after I say yes? Give me the timeline from signing to opening. How much time does it typically take? Because what if you're stalling because out of fear, and then the franchisor says, hey, on average, it takes 120 days for us to get you from signing to opening. And you're like, 120 days? That's 3 months. I don't want to wait that long. Well, this can help people push through that natural paralysis that can sometimes happen as they're getting close to that discovery day and knowing inevitably that they're going to have to make a decision. Now, for a lot of candidates, I emphasize the drama, but for a lot of candidates, as you start getting into this process and meeting more people, your excitement level should absolutely trump your fear. I'm not going to say that the fear ever goes away. I have people signing franchise agreements almost every week of the year, and sometimes multiple people in 1 week, again, because I help a lot of people, whether they have a net worth of $50,000 or a net worth of $5 million. I don't know one candidate in 19 years who didn't have some measure of fear or anxiety. Now, they don't all call it that. They call it other things. But I identify one of the classic signs of fear that's not being talked about as stalling the process. So if that's you and you're laughing at yourself going, how does she know me so well without ever talking to me? Then a great thing that you can do to empower yourself through that is to talk to the franchisor about what happens and start to back end yourself into, okay, so when do I need to be saying yes and signing my franchise agreement so that I can be at this training, so that I can be open by this time? Because another thing is not all franchisors offer training every month. Sometimes they only offer training every other month. Well, that's another thing. What if you have a simple service-based business, but if you miss the training coming up in 3 weeks, you have to wait 2 months to get to training. So you've just said yes and changed your life, and now you got to sit there and do nothing? Like that's another, pitfall that you would want to avoid. So it can be a really helpful tactic to kind of back end yourself into the time frame of when you need to say yes in order to help empower yourself to push through those little bits of fear. Number 6, what will I learn at Discovery Day? Well, what you're going to learn is that the people that you are talking to on the phone are real. When you're standing face to face, when you're looking the executive leadership team in the face, many times during your due diligence process, you're actually meeting with the development department or the sales team, right? Those people go away after you say yes. So it's really important at this discovery day that you have the opportunity to meet the people that you're actually going to be working with, the president, CEO, the operations team, the support team, the people that you are going to be relying heavily upon when you say yes to this dream. In a franchise, remember, your ability to follow the franchisor's lead is one of the most important determining factors in your success. And so you have to be buying into an organization where you respect the leadership team, you enjoy the leadership team, you like the culture that they're building, and you're raising your hand saying, hey, pick me. I want to be a part of this amazing opportunity that you're building. I want to bring your brand back to my hometown and go make something of it. The number one thing that you're looking for during your due diligence is not a widget that you love. It's not a business that you have prior experience in, because that's what you think is going to make you successful. The number one and most important thing that I want you focused on when you're exploring a franchise is, who are these people? Look, widgets did not keep doors open in 2020. Strong leadership did. Leadership that adapted and overcame, and not just overcame the physical challenges of quarantine, but the emotional challenges of business owners who totally felt out of control. How many mom and pop businesses went away? And we are not here to judge. But very, very few franchises that I work with, if any actually, from 2020, went into that fetal position and couldn't figure out how to come back. Most of the franchises that I work with came back stronger because of 2020. I mean, that's amazing. And that's why I support franchising and business ownership through franchising. It's so that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So this Discovery Day event is going to give you the opportunity to meet that leadership team. And number 7, what should I expect after Discovery Day? Well, as I've already explained, really good franchisors are going to be using this Discovery Day event as the culmination of all of your research. They're going to be looking for you to make a decision, yes or no. But I want you to be the leader of your own process. I want you to use this Discovery Day at the right time so it is your closing tool. Yes, we're buying a franchise to be in business with a team of people who are going to guide us and lead us, but ultimately, your success is on you. When you become the leader of your process during due diligence, and you empower yourself through the process to know that you're going to be ready at this Discovery Day event, then you are going to feel empowered to say yes or no, because you went in with the expectation that you were in control and this is what you were going to do. And that ultimately is going to make all of the difference in your due diligence. For further questions about Discovery Day events, or to begin your journey into exploring a business that could lead to this event of a Discovery Day that could change your life, please leave a comment below or reach out directly to The Daily Coach. And for more videos just like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe.